came to have a coffee with Gab. He's taking me to his hotel. Cool, huh? But the coolest thing is that when you come out of his posh hotel, what you see is the Berlin Wall. Isn't that cool?
This guy's always producing content.
Hello, Gab.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm a little wet, but I'm looking forward to having coffee with Guillem.
Old latte for me. For you?
I'm having a cappuccino with whole milk, the way God invented.
Okay.
And it's okay because it's 10:27 in the morning.
Yeah. Anyway, there's one thing I want to talk to you about. Oh, can we? Oh, right. Okay. Right. Okay. Oh, Rafi, could you just film this for us? 3 minutes. Thank you very much.
You knew this was coming.
Well, that's why you have to meet two friends when you go for coffee. One you talk to, and the other one holds the camera.
The other one you used for cheap labor.
Yeah,
okay.
Just one thing I want to talk to you about, and we just met, so I'm sure that we'll feel the conversation once the camera is off. I'm fascinated to hear what you think of England. What are we seeing? Why is it not working? Why is the midfield conundrum, etc.?
Oh, you're talking about England, the football team, not sort of
Let's do England, the football team.
With an election coming up. No,
not about the election.
5 different prime ministers. No, okay.
No.
All right. If you have a safety-first approach in a tournament, I think Southgate even referenced this. That he's like, well, if you look at France, world champions, Didier Deschamps. Sorry, should I take this again?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. What's this? That's really nice.
It's a yuzu sour. Goes very well with my cappuccino.
Very good. It's cappuccinos for you.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
What is this, by the way?
It's a yuzu sour.
What? Looks amazing.
It's like a whiskey sour, but with yuzu.
Ah, okay. You can order if you want.
Welcome to try it if you like.
Yeah.
So basically, look, you can say otherwise, but I think he has said this in the back. His blueprint was France are the most successful team in the world, or were at the time. And they essentially are very much a reactive, safety-first team, right? And they have the superstars up front, and then they have a bunch of people who worry about defending. They don't need the ball all the time. There's a bunch of reasons why could be a good idea to play this way with international football. One of them being that you've got less time to train people in patterns of play and finding chemistry and so on. So that's what he does. Look, I think back to the last Euros. If I asked you, the last Euros, right? England reached the final. And they lost on penalties. I forget who they lost to, but not important right now. What game did they play well in? I would argue the Germany game, and that's it. So this formula serves them well. And if I ask you, what games did France play well in when they reached the World Cup final last time? You can't think of any.
No.
So I think this is his belief. And I don't know to what degree.
Argentina, maybe.
In the final. Yeah.
But yeah.
When Mbappe decided to start playing at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is his outlook. So we can sit there and talk about midfield patterns of play, but this is his fundamental outlook, right? And added to that is the fact that at certain positions there's no depth whatsoever to England, which is why
Holding midfielder.
Yeah, I didn't even say midfielders in general, because I love Kobbie Mainoo, but chucking an 18-year-old midfielder to start, that takes a lot of cojones. I thought maybe could you do more things? Could you play Bellingham deeper, which we saw a little bit of? Maybe, I don't know. He just doesn't have time to work on it.
I'd love to see him play.
Yeah, like Wharton and Mainoo, I think between them had as many caps as you, or even Premier League appearances as you did this time last year, right?
How does that matter?
Well, I think it matters because you...
So you wouldn't play Lamine Yamal?
Lamine Yamal might be a slightly different issue, but you could... I'm just saying there aren't that many options, right?
Yeah.
And which is also why... I mean, it's a good example. I don't want to pick on Spain, right? But why do I have to turn on my television and see Aymeric Laporte, Robin Lenormand, Cucurella? I mean, it looks like the freaking Addams family back there, right?
I'm sorry, but they're doing really well on Laporte. One of the best centre-backs of the tournament. Yeah. He's only played one game and already top. But anyway, go back to England. I'm gonna try to sell something to you. How about if actually Southgate started with that idea, but actually he's decided to evolve into a 4-3-3 that's more offensive with a holding midfielder that he doesn't have. He doesn't have Calvin Phillips. So he does. Wait. But he wants to evolve into a more offensive England.
Right.
Abandoned the back three. Wants to have a triangle of midfielders that are creative, but doesn't have the personnel. Quite clearly, he hasn't found the right harmony, synergy, combination. Number one. Number two, he's fell for the names, which is an England trait. Media, fans, himself wanted Saka, Kane, Bellingham. For them together, when perhaps Foden and Bellingham cannot play together. They do the same thing. Perhaps they haven't got the physique to actually the pressure high that they should do. Perhaps players like Oliver, or, Watkins or Gordon can actually play in behind and threaten defense more. But they haven't got big names. Would you buy it?
I think that's part of it. And look, I mean, I'll do you one better, right? Bellingham's played attacking midfield through necessity this year at Real Madrid, right? Because Benzema left and nobody came in and whatever, right? And he did extremely well. Does this mean he has to play number 10 the rest of his life when, in fact, that's not what he did up until he arrived in Madrid? There are different combinations. Again, I don't want to be making excuses for Southgate because, like I always say, Southgate is a much better person than he is a football coach. But he's gone down this stretch. When you say, after one game he decided now to do it, I'm like, I don't want to coach. I don't know that it's that. I think he had a plan A and he had a plan B. Maybe he's a plan C as well. None of these plans work. I don't think he reads games very well when he's out there. He's just not that good a coach, but also the personnel is what it is. And I think because after so many generations of having England coaches who were unpleasant or arrogant or rubbish or whatever else, here you have a guy who's actually a very nice guy. And everybody loves what he's done. And the results, frankly, back him up.
They still got quality. They will turn it around. They'll get to the semi-finals.
Based on the quality, they should, but they're on France's side as the draw, so if you just pick four of the strongest teams, they will lose to France in the semi-final. What I would caution against, again, is this is a knockout tournament. There's such a massive element of randomness to it. If they screw the pooch and finish second, I think they play Germany. And would I bet against Germany beating them at home? Oh, sure, why not? So you can't necessarily judge just based on that, on the knockout tournament.
Now let's put this off and chat properly. And eat. Thank you, cameraman.